Party people. Hey, what's up, everybody? What's up? Assalamu alaikum. Rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to all my Muslim brothers and sisters worldwide. We have just put day 16 of the blessed month of Ramadan in the books, man. We now have 14 days left. I told y'all, man, I get so emotional. Like Ramadan, it comes faster every year and it leaves just as fast. So we just finished day 16, man. Brothers, man, and sisters, man, I hope y'all had an easy fast on this Sunday, man. Mine was beautiful, man. It really was. It's been beautiful. I can't say it enough. You know, I'm just, man, I'm getting really, I'm getting emotional, man, because like I said, this month has so many blessings. As I've enumerated since we started the Ramadan Telethon. Last night I told you, the first verses that was revealed in the Quran during the month of Ramadan. So, that's another blessing that makes this month so special to the Muslims, man. This is when our book was revealed. And on that note, we're going to take off now on tonight's topic. Tonight's topic, somebody asked me, why are Muslims forced to pray 5 times a day? I love the questions, whether I don't care where they're coming from, earnest to learn. It doesn't matter because listen, this is a Ramadan Telethon, and I'm telling you, when this is done, when we're finished with this month of Ramadan 2025, all non-Muslims, if you need any questions answered about Islam, Ramadan, you can just go check out my videos on my YouTube channel, the iCast. I upload them every night after we chop it up here live on the book. The question was, why are we forced? First of all, I love when they answer these questions. And we respond as Muslims. You respond with what I did. What did I tell you about yesterday? Dalil, evidence and proofs. All right. And this is out of Quran, chapter 2, verse 256. La ikraha fi din. La ikraha fi din. There's no compulsion or force in religion. So we're not forced to do nothing. You know what I'm saying? These are our pillars. These are obligations. And whether you fulfill them or not, you will be rewarded or you will get a sin. That's just like saying, nobody forces a husband or a wife to cheat. They do it because they want to do it. They don't uphold the marriage vows. Nobody force a crackhead to smoke crack. You see what I'm saying? So we're not forced to pray. This is what has been obligated to us. And if you are a Muslim that is practicing Islam in its totality, you know that you got to pray 5 times a day. Now, am I going to sit here and be remiss and say, is every Muslim praying? No, I'm not the Salat police. I'm not the prayer police, number one, but I can speak about me. I haven't made all 5 prayers my entire time of being my life of being Muslim. I've been Muslim 30-some years. Do you think I made all 5 of my prayers every single day? More often than not, yes. But I'm being real. Now, there's been times, no, in prison or out, for whatever reason, you know what I'm saying? And I know that I have accumulated a sin when I miss my prayer. That's why you make up your prayers. That's why you have other prayers that you make. But no, so when you say we're forced to make, no, we're not forced. This is an obligation that Allah passed down to us. And there's a beautiful reason why we are ordained to pray 5 times a day. And there's something during Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, life, where he made what's called the Miraj Isra, the night journey, where he went from Medina to Jerusalem. He went from his mosque. Now, you got to understand something, man. This is over 200 miles. He's never been to Jerusalem. So let's get this straight. The night journey, the angel Gabriel came to him. And they flew on an animal called a burak. Similar to a donkey, but it's not an animal of this world. So this way you got to understand and believe in the metaphysical, because you can't understand or comprehend something. If it's been recorded and Prophet Muhammad said it and stamped it, that is what it is. So, getting back to why we pray 5 times a day. Prophet Muhammad went on a night journey from Medina, his city, to Jerusalem. The angel Gabriel, who's the angel of revelation, he came and took Prophet Muhammad, who's never been to Jerusalem in his life. So he went with the angel Gabriel, and they went to the mosque in Jerusalem, the Beit al-Maqdis. This is the mosque with the gold dome over there, present day right now. So when he went to Jerusalem with the angel Gabriel on this animal Burak, they ascended into the heavens. The angel Gabriel took Prophet Muhammad into the heavens. There's 7 heavens. Allah says this in the Quran. There's 7 hellfires. There's 7 levels of paradise and 7 levels of the hellfire. This has been recorded in the Quran. Once Allah says it is stamped, Prophet Muhammad says it is stamped. I can't comprehend. You may not comprehend 7 heavens. How do you know? Are we astrologers? How can you say it's not? If Prophet Muhammad ascended with the angel Gabriel, this is how we got our 5 prayers a day. So in the first heaven, the angel Gabriel knocked on the door and they met Adam alayhi salam, peace be upon him, the first prophet. And Adam, he asked Gabriel, who is with you? And he told him, Muhammad is with me. And he said, has he been sent for? And the angel Gabriel said, yes. And he said, oh, this is my brother. And they greeted each other. Assalamu alaikum. Muhammad greeted Adam in the first heaven. After the greetings, meeting Adam, angel Gabriel took him up to the second heavens. He knocked on the door, the gate. Open the gate was Isa, Jesus, peace be upon him, and his cousin, Yahya, John. That's why they was in the second heavens, because they're family. They asked Angel Gabriel, has he been sent for? Angel Gabriel said, of course, yes. He said, oh, he is our brother. Let's greet him. Salaam alaikum. Prophet Muhammad met Jesus and John in the second heaven. So you keeping up. The first heaven, he met Adam. The second heaven, he met Jesus and John. Let's continue on. Angel Gabriel takes Prophet Muhammad up to the third heaven. He knocks on the gate. They ask, has he been sent for? He said, yes. And he said, oh, this is my brother. Prophet Muhammad met Yusuf, in the third heaven. They greeted each other, Assalamu alaikum, wa alaikum salam. So now they're sent up to the fourth heaven. The fourth heaven, they knocked on the gate like they did the first 3 heavens. The prophet came to the gate and said, has he been sent for to Gabriel? Yes, he has. This was Enoch, Idris. This is Arabic translation. Enoch, the prophet Enoch was in the fourth heaven. He met Prophet Muhammad, Salamu alaikum wa alaikum salam. So you see where we're going now. The first heaven was Adam, peace be upon him. The second heavens was Jesus and John, peace be upon them. The third heaven was, who did I say? I forgot this. Oh, Joseph. All right. Fourth heaven, Enoch. They get to the fifth. The same thing happens. The angel Gabriel knocks on the gate. Who's in the fifth heaven? Prophet Aaron, Moses' brother. He asks, has he been sent for? Gabriel says, of course. Greet my brother. Assalamu alaikum. Prophet Muhammad met Aaron. Now they ascended to the sixth heaven. The sixth heaven. Who's in the sixth heaven? Repeating the first 5. It was Moses, Aaron's brother. He asked the angel Gabriel, had Muhammad been sent for? He said, yes. Let me greet my brother. Assalamu alaikum wa alaikum salam. They have reached the 7th heaven. And they knock on the gate. And Prophet Muhammad sees a very large man surrounded by so many children and people. And then he could tell that the love that they have for him is genuine and everybody's smiling and happy. And he asked, has he been sent for? Prophet Muhammad said, who is this? He said, this is your father Abraham. And Abraham greeted Prophet Muhammad, Salamu alaikum wa alaikum salam. So if we keep in score, all right, the first heaven was Adam. The second heaven was Jesus and John. The third heaven was Joseph. The fourth heaven was Enoch. The fifth heaven was Aaron. The sixth heaven was Moses. And the 7th heaven was Abraham, the father of all the prophets. After Adam, you know what I'm saying? So now he's in the 7th heaven. Prophet Muhammad, the angel Gabriel, he said, I can't go no further. You have to go to your Lord. And that was what they call a lot tree. A lot tree. Big tree, beautiful tree that nobody can pass unless Allah allows it. And this is where Prophet Muhammad stopped. He did not see Allah. Allah's majesty requires that no eye or ear has seen him. But he spoke to Prophet Muhammad. The angels came out with 3 vessels, milk, honey, and liquor. And to see which one Prophet Muhammad would choose, he chose the honey. He didn't choose the liquor or the milk. And Allah told him, your nation will be blessed, just like you are blessed this day, my son. And we don't take him saying Muhammad is the son of God like Christian. No, we don't play them games. Allah is unique, unequal. There's none like him. None will be like him. So thus, when Prophet Muhammad is in the seventh heaven, Allah ordains for him 50 prayers a day. Prophet Muhammad is overjoyed that the Lord of creation has spoken to him and ordained what to tell his followers when he goes back to Medina. Remember that he's in Jerusalem. Prophet Muhammad is happy. He descends back through the heavens. Seventh heaven, sixth heaven, he gets to Moses. Moses said, okay, what did your Lord tell you? What did he ordain for you? He said he ordained 50 prayers for me and my followers. Moses said, la is Arabic for no. He said, la, I had the most problem with the children of Israel. They witnessed a miracle when Allah saved them through the Red Sea and drowned Pharaoh and got them out of subjugation and slavery. He said, your followers will not be able to do that. I already know the children of Israel couldn't do less than that. Go back up to your Lord and ask him to reduce it. Prophet Muhammad was stunned but on the advice of his brother prophet Moses, he goes back up to the seventh heaven to Allah. He requests for the prayers to be reduced. Allah reduces the prayers by 10. He said, now the son is 40. Prophet Muhammad is overjoyed that Allah answered his request. He descends back through the seventh heaven to the sixth heaven. Moses stops him again before he descends down. What did your Lord tell you? He said he reduced it by 10. Prophet Muhammad was overjoyed that the Lord answered something that Moses told him to go do. Moses said, you don't understand, brother. These people are very hard-headed. They're not going to pray 40 times a day. You need to go back and ask your Lord to reduce it. Prophet Muhammad was like, well, it worked the first time. Moses was before me. He know better than me. He ascends back to the seventh heaven. Once again, requests to Allah, could you reduce the prayers? Allah reduces them by 10. So now that's 30 prayers a day. So this continues to, he goes back down to the sixth heaven. Moses stops him. 30 is too much. Going back up there, champ. I'm paraphrasing now, you know what I'm saying? But you get the gist of this beautiful story. Goes back for 30. Allah reduces it by 10. 20. Prophet Muhammad he's ecstatic with that. Like, Allah keeps dropping it. He goes back down to the sixth heaven. Moses stops him again. 20 is too much. He goes up back to the seventh heaven. Allah reduces it by 10 again. Now it's 10 prayers a day. And Prophet Muhammad said, I am good with that. You know, he descends down. Moses stops him and said, no, they're not even going to pray 10 times a day. Prophet Muhammad felt embarrassed. He done went up to the seventh heaven 3 or 4 times to get these prayers reduced from 50. Now they're down to 10. And Moses is telling them that's still too much. Mankind is very quarrelsome. They're not going to even pray 10 times. They're not that grateful. Prophet Muhammad goes back up. And Allah in his majesty and in his overwhelming love for humanity, he reduced the prayers from 10 to 5. And he said, these prayers, each one will have the benefit of 10 blessings. So it's the equivalent of 50. He reduces it from 10 to 5. Each prayer, you get 10 blessings. So when you pray 5 times a day, 5 times 10 blessings is 50. That's the equivalent of the original number. Prophet Muhammad was cool with that. You know what I'm saying? He told Moses, I'm good with that, bro. You know what I'm saying? That was the one time he disagreed with Moses. He had descended back down through the 4th heaven, the 3rd, the 2nd, the 1st with the angel Gabriel. The angel Gabriel took him back, flew him back on the night journey from Jerusalem to Medina. And this is when the 5 prayers were ordained. This was the 10th year of Prophet Muhammad's prophethood. It was called the year of the sorrows because his wife Khadijah died and his uncle had died. So his heart was heavy. He had lost his wife for 15 years. And now he's getting taken by the angel Gabriel to Jerusalem to get the prayers. And that's why we said Islam, Allah gradually phased things in for us. We wasn't ordained to pray 5 times a day when Prophet Muhammad received the first 5 ayahs I recited to you last night. Iqra bismi rabbika alladhi khalaq. No, gradually Allah knew these people were sinners. These people was drunks. They was Arabs in the desert. They was nomads. You know, they was warlords. They had no type of morals or nothing. So Allah gradually eased things in. So it was the 10th year of his prophethood. He was a prophet for 23 years. The 10th year is when it was ordained for Muhammad and the Muslims to pray 5 times a day, when it was originally 50. And he went back and forth after he kept running into Moses, his brother prophet. And each prayer is counted as 10 blessings. So 5 times 10 is 50. That's the equivalent. Hopefully that answers the question that I was posed why we forced to pray 5 times a day. This is why. This is the beautiful story. Now imagine Prophet Muhammad going back to Medina with the angel Gabriel. They left in the night. People asleep. They don't know. Now imagine him getting back. And the people like, well, I mean, they followed him wholeheartedly. But then you had caravans come from Jerusalem. And now they hear this story that he had an Isra, a Mirage, and he traveled to the 7th heavens and all this. And they like, man, you don't know nothing about no Jerusalem. And Allah allowed Prophet Muhammad to stand in front of the caravan and see Jerusalem in front of his face. And he described Jerusalem to the caravan. And they said this man had to go to Jerusalem because he's describing buildings and the mosque. And we know it's just like that. He had to be there. Couldn't nobody told him. He had to been there. And this is why this hadith is the origins of why Muslims pray 5 times a day. So that question, I hope that answers the question. That was a very good question. But like I said, in Islam, we deal with what we call dalil, evidence and proofs, man. We don't fly off the hip and do what we want to do. We do what was ordained and what is proven by the Quran and the authentic hadith. You know, we don't fly off our feelings. Feelings has no place in Islam. You know, now whether you want to pray 5 times a day, that's upon you. This is the test in this life. Either you're going to pray or you're not. Either you're going to obey Allah or you're not. You know, that's between you and Allah. You know what I'm saying? But I just had to answer that question tonight, man, on the Ramadan Telethon. Like I said, I'm going to give you Islam 101. You shouldn't have no more questions. If you do, I'll be happy to answer them after Ramadan. You know what I'm saying? But I had to answer that. And I'm thankful, you know what I'm saying, for the brother that sent the question in the comments. Y'all keep them coming, man. I'm going to answer them as best I can, man. You know, I hope y'all had a wonderful 16th day of fasting. I really did, man. I love this, man. I love this month so much because I know the blessings in it, man. I know the significance, the Quran being revealed, all of these things, man. You know, the night of power, I'll tell you about that when we start approaching that as a day in this month. That's equivalent to 84,000 years. If you worship in this night, Laylatul Qadr, you know, so, you know, when people say, oh, man, these are fairy tales, this, that, and the third. Now, I guess you're saying the law is a fairy tale. I guess you're saying the Quran is a fairy tale because this book is over 1,400 years old. You know, and it's been recited. We have, like I said, I told you about the Hafiz, brothers and sisters that have this whole book memorized in their heart. Nobody else has any book that's ever been written in the world memorized by heart, letter for letter, sentence for sentence, line for line, but the Holy Quran. That's a miracle in and of itself. Who can memorize 6,236 verses unless God allows you to have that capacity? You know? Nobody memorizing any other book that they ever read. They can't remember half of the stuff they read in a book, let alone memorizing it, can sit up and recite it. And we're talking about we have millions of Hafizes around the world. This ain't no 1 or 2 people that's a Hafiz. Their whole families that's Hafiz, man. You know? Brothers in Africa, Nigeria, all over, Somalia, brothers know this Quran, man, because it moves your heart. Once you read these ayahs, these verses, you're like, oh, this can only come from G-O-D. So I hope that was an explanation of why Muslims pray 5 times a day. It's a beautiful story about Prophet Muhammad's night journey from Medina, like I said, to Jerusalem with the angel Gabriel and his ascension through the 7 heavens and meeting his brother prophets, you know, and getting the 50 prayers reduced down to 5, man. Hey, man, I love y'all for rocking with you, man. I'm going to be back tomorrow. You already know that Ramadan Telethon continues, man. Day 17, night 17 is now. We'll be finishing day 17 tomorrow, man. She going quick, man. My best friend, he come every year, and she going quick, man. We down to 13 days. This is wild. That's how fast time moves, man, when you having fun. I love fasting. I love being obedient to my Creator. I love getting some of my sins, you know, erased, you know, because only Allah knows if you're fasting, if you're going without. And that's vain speech and everything. That's cursing and all that. It ain't just, like I said, with not eating food and not drinking, man. No, you got to think about your character, man. You know, how out of pocket you got, crazy things you said in the past year that you seek forgiveness from Allah, man. because you will meet him one day. You know, and he said that repeatedly in the Quran. You don't think you're going to meet him? Hey, that's on you, champ. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to stick with the Creator. If he got a book that's 1,400 years old and saying you're going to meet him on the Yawm Qiyam, the Day of Judgment, I'm not going to debate that or doubt it. You know, so till tomorrow, man, I hope you have a wonderful iftar, man. My non-Muslim family and friends, man, I hope you got the questions come in. I hope you got the answers you needed, and we're going to get back tomorrow, man. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to my Muslim family all over the world, and peace to my non-Muslim family.